Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Super Sunday, so special time. Here we are, selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. I'm your one host, Jay.
I'm Peg. Hi, gang. How's everybody doing? I know west of us is pretty cold.
64, gonna be 70.
Well, our high's only 18.
Don't hate.
Yeah, we're only about 18 today, but next weekend we're getting what Chicago and everybody's getting. I mean, we're going to be in the minuses next week. and even through next weekend, I saw that your weather looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Windows and doors open every day during the day.
Good for you guys.
T-shirts, woohoo!
Yeah. I got my turtleneck on.
When Mom said it was still snowing, I'm like, oh yeah, it reminds me. Let me open my window, get some fresh air. Yes, let's all go to Vegas.
Boo. Well, should we talk a little sports?
So today is, hold on, let me get my little thing up. Where to go? Okay. Today is
Super Bowl Sunday.
Am I allowed to say that legally?
I think so. I think. But I am paying a little homage to Chardonnay because, we were state champs this year. And I put on my jersey that actually belonged to Jason when he played how many years of football, Jason?
One.
One. He hurt himself, the back situation, and then that was the end of that. So a nice shout out to Chardon High School for bringing back a championship to our area. Last time we saw one was 1994, so that was nice. I'm real excited to say, even though the Browns aren't in the finals here, Coach Kevin Stefanski won all three polls for Coach of the Year. Last night he won it on the AP, Associated Press. He got 25 out of 50 votes, gang, which is kind of unheard of. And he won NFL Coach of the Year and the Sporting News Coach of the Year. And the other stat that I happened to see, Jason, that Stefanski winning the AP Coach of the Year it's been 44 years since the Browns coach won that. 44 years, everybody.
Of course.
Yeah. And then also, the Browns scored 408 points this year, which is the third highest in Browns history.
Wow.
So as you can see, we're on the right road, everybody. And hopefully next year, maybe we're going to go a little further. If we'd had any good luck with those calls that the refs missed against the Chiefs that day, we might be here today. But that's okay.
We were good, but we weren't Super Bowl good.
No.
We were close.
But
the two teams today definitely are.
Yeah.
They did not get here by luck.
We need a few more pieces to our puzzle. And give us a year or two. And I think next year, I'm not too sure about next year, but the year after, hopefully we could be there. And I hope that I'm here to watch it.
All right. So some of you don't give two Hilo beans about diddly squat about the game today, and that's fine. But if you're stuck at a house where people are watching the game, I do something every year to either make your viewing of it a little more enjoyable. So root for me, or if you don't like me, root against me. But I do place a bunch of what's called prop bets. And so I got this big old board I made right here. These are all my bets, and they're kind of in order of how this could happen. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, after the show is over, in the thrifting board and on my personal wall, I'm going to pop this picture up.
Oh, good.
And you can tune in right away. I have two bets on the coin toss. So I bet that it'll be tails, and I bet the Chiefs will win. So if it's heads and the Bucks win, I've lost two bets immediately. So cheer for tails and cheer for the Chiefs. One quarter will be scoreless. First touchdown will not be a pass. Any other type of touchdown. Now, I always do these crazy ones that don't normally come true because the payouts are so big. 3 or more players with a pass and attempt, meaning Brady, Mahomes, and someone else has to attempt to throw the ball. 2 or more interceptions. There will be a defensive or special teams TD. There will be a 2-point conversion. There will be a safety. That pays huge. But about 3 years ago, there was a safety. So that was a huge payout. Mm-hmm. Team that scores first will not win. And you see the star on the middle bottom one there, Mom?
Yes.
Yeah, I accidentally made a bet that I didn't plan on making.
Oh.
So when you go up to the window, you tell them what number you want. And I read the wrong number. So I bet that the game will be under 45 points. If that one wins, it was a total accident.
Yeah.
And then Stacy does what's called a prop bet in the upper right corner. She says the Bucks will win. There'll be more than 3 field goals and more than 1 interception. So if she gets that, all 3 of those things have to come true for her to win. So if you're bored, if you don't like the game itself but want to follow along my bets, the post will be up after the show. And I'll be kind of almost like live tweeting. As I win or lose bets, I'll let you know. So
you didn't do that crazy bet about the mask?
No, that wasn't an option at the actual sports book. But
I think that's so funny.
But what so the bet is which coach will take his mask down first. That was a bet.
Yeah.
But I did add the new thing is you can do sports betting on your phone. So I had to set it up at the casino, but I can lay on the couch and like, if something's crazy happening, like maybe the score is real high, or maybe I'll bet something on the second half to try and recoup some of my money. So I can bet from the comfort of my couch.
That's cool. That's cool.
So there you go. So yeah, I try and make it fun for those who aren't interested that much in the actual game. At least this way, I'll give you something to root for. So you can root for me to win some money.
Last night, Dad and I watched the special on the top 20 Super Bowl commercials from the past years. I hope some of you watched it last night. It was really, really good. Of course, a lot of them had to do with the Clydesdales and Budweiser, and those were some of the best, and they're really good, you guys. And then Steve Harvey was hosting the NFL Honors, which was awesome because he got to announce that Kevin Stefanski was the coach of the year.
Oh, cool.
For those of you who don't know, he is from Cleveland, Ohio, Steve Harvey. So, so he was really excited. He talked a lot about the Browns. So that's kind of nice when you have someone from the area.
Yes, the Puppy Bowl is on. It's always on Super Bowl Sunday. Mm-hmm. But since that was pre-recorded, no bets on the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so let's get down to business.
Okay.
We all have that one word or saying that when you hear other people say it, you're like, ugh, I hate that word or I hate that saying. Mine, and it's grown to be mine in the last 6 months, is prices are all over the map. When people are researching items and they come to the thrifting board for help, but that's what the thrifting board is there for. And I say, so what do you think about price-wise? Well, the price is all over the map. And so when I sit down to do the research of their item, it really isn't all over the map. They just don't know how to research properly. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to show you some actual products and how to show you exactly what your price should be. All right?
All right.
So let me start with a live example here in the studio.
Okay.
All right. So these 2 mugs, other than color, other than shade, look identical. Okay. This is what's called the 3 tiki face bucket mug. So there's 3 different tikis. And this is called the bucket mug. Now this one's worth about $25, and this one's worth $50 plus. Okay. They relatively look the same. But when you do your research, what you want to do is start broad or vague first, just to get the feel what's going on. So this is the Tiki 3-face bucket mug. And so here are the soles. Now, what you start to realize is they're from different places. And that's where the drilling down has to happen. But for overall, I just wanted to look, all right? So we got a 26, an offer less than 48, 21, an offer less than 80, 21, 16, 6, 53, 30 for a pair, 48, 44. So there's a good range. This general look, you can say, is all over the map. But this one's from the 4 C's in Seattle. So let's add that to our search. 4 C's. Oops. Okay. So no exact matches. Now, here's something I caught my dad doing a long time ago, and some of you might do it too. You might skip. You might not even notice it says no exact matches, and you might start looking at these. Because what eBay does is try and show you similar things, but that's not exactly what you look for. All right, let's see if there's any actives. And there's none, okay? So I can't price this yet because I haven't found the exact one. In this instance, you need to find the exact item because plain's worth 25-ish and certain places are worth a lot more. All right, so if we go over to Terapeak and we just do in the general search, 3-face Tiki bucket mug and click research, we will see in the last year there has been 52 sold with an average price of $29.19. But of course, That's all of them, the good and the bad. As you can see, the range is $6 to $90. So now let's throw in the 4Cs and see if anyone has sold the 4Cs in the last year. No. Okay, so now I know it's rare. Now, rare doesn't always mean more money and sought after, but oftentimes it does. So let's move over to Worth Point now. And we'll go 3 Tiki Face Bucket Mug. 4Cs. Okay, there's nothing. Now, you shouldn't stop there because you don't know how other people are going to do their titles. So let's just back it all up and we'll just do 4Cs Tiki Mug. And look at it. There it is. Now, why didn't that come up? Because some fool called this a barrel. It is not a barrel.
Yep.
Barrels are totally different looking. It is a bucket mug. But look, he used the wrong word and got 50. He could be a she. They got $51 back in April of 19. So almost 2 years old. So at the minimum, this is worth $50 with the right words. So now we have nothing else to base it off of. So look, there's none active. None sold in the last 365 days. And the only one I can find was 2 years old, $51, wrong word. So now I know, okay, I'm going to go higher than that $51. I like to use best offer. So I'm going to put it up there for $100.
Nice.
I'm really not because it's rare and I'm not getting rid of it. But if I was selling it, there is a prime example of you can find the item, but you got to play with your words a little bit. Sometimes you got to be broad and sometimes you got to be specific. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
You know, some people, Jason, is Terapeak offered to everybody yet, or is it still just store owners?
Store owners, yeah.
Okay, all right. Just for those of
It'll
you.
always be store owners, and not if you're in that little tiny starter store. It's got to be every other store. But that's worth the price of the store alone. Plus, you get your quarterly supplies, and it's worth it to have.
Yep.
Okay, so that is an item where we only end up finding one kind of by accident. Now let's go to an item that Mom has.
Okay. All right. Okay, I do have my item right here for you guys to see. Okay, this is a Moby dual scan infrared thermometer that I picked up. So I started to play around with, first I just went and punched in that. I punched in Moby dual scan prime infrared thermometer. I put all that in when I.
Okay, so let's back up a smidge.
Yeah.
Say we started so broad, we just went Moby infrared thermometer. Now,
okay.
as you can tell, what Mom's holding and these first three you see are a different thermometer. Okay, there's the one Mom's holding. So now we see there's 95. We see we got to drill down a little bit. So we'll do dual scan because that's the one Mom has.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have 11 options active, but let's go to solds. Okay, we only got 2 solds. Let's back up to actives. This is where most people go away at Amazon Assistant. Most people say, well, the prices are all over the map. And then I ask the most important question. Did you go to solds? Because yes, look, 22, 44, 48, 40, 28, 19, 16, 45. Yes, those prices are all over the map, but when we go to solds, okay, 10 and 15. That's there's our wheelhouse. That's pretty simple. Now, if we take this and go over to, and I wasn't even prepped for this. We go over to Terapeak. Let's see what they say. Because it's about the solds, unless there is none. Then you got to kind of go by actives. But most of the things we can find in solds. All right, so let's go to Terapeak, and we'll put that in with the dual scan because that's what you're selling. Okay, now, another good point. Here is where you got to really look and make sure you're looking at the right thing because, yeah, this 109 is so out of whack, it seems.
Yeah.
And it seems like, so all these prices are from last year in 2020. So let's change it to recent. See, that's the other thing too. So here's a mass-produced product. For whatever reason, I'm guessing they were harder to find last year in April.
Yep.
And so they were selling this premium. Now, you got to look at what's happening recently. 10, 15, 10, 20. Okay, I don't know why this one is 110. This one seems like BS to me. So you kind of ignore that. But I can see that we're like in the $15 range. Yeah, and they're just not selling much anymore. So there was this need for them at the beginning of the pandemic, and now not so much anymore. All right. So Mom is actually one of these live ones here. And that's Mom right there.
Yeah.
So
and like what Jason said, everybody, what I did is I wrote down a bunch of the for sales. Then I went to my solds, and I had one sold that Jason couldn't find. Well, we don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. So that, I just kind of thought about it. And thought, well, let me shoot for around $24 and for $4.99 in shipping and see, because I assume, because I always have my listings with best offer. So I'm assuming I'm probably going to get a best offer, which will bring me down into that $10 to $17 range. Probably. I only paid $1 for it. So, that's how I kind of.
Some of them talk. That might be the more expensive ones.
Oh, okay. That could be.
But I'm so glad, because when Mom and I set this up, I wasn't even thinking about these were in high demand a year ago. Yeah. So that's why the average looks so much bigger on Terapeak. But guess what? Now they're not in the demand. So a product like this, you do have to really look at the whole thing. You can't look at the average on this kind of product and go, woo, $60, because that ain't the reality anymore.
No.
Things change.
Had
and so we can see things change by the date.
Had I had this back in March and April, I probably could have really gotten some big bucks, But, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted if that does sell down the road. Okay.
Okay. We're going to go right from a modern thermometer to an old Garfield trash can.
Okay. All right. I think those of you who watch regularly, this is a vintage Garfield trash can, you guys. And he's in pretty good shape, actually. There's some rust on the inside, but he's pretty decent. He's pretty clean. Sometimes you find these and there's a lot of rust and there's a lot of scratch marks, in the metal trash can. So I did look it up, and and then this one actually is 1978. So all
right.
Start out with your Garfield trash can. You want to do that first?
So we look at Garfield trash can, and obviously there's a bunch of different ones, and we'll go to solds. All right, so there's 16 solds, but Mom's is the 1978 one. So that's a time where the date's kind of important, because most people, good sellers, should use the date, and you should too.
Yeah.
Now we go to 1978. There is more than one 1978, but we're looking at this one right here. So I see a 30, I see a 40, I see a 25, something less than 30, and 11. Now, okay, let's ignore that 11. So this one probably took an offer around 25, 40, 30. Okay, there is no all over the map. It's around $30. There's a little bit lower and there's a little bit higher, but 30 is right in the middle. But let's look at the 11. Here was the mistake on the 11, and that's why when you're doing your research to get your prices, you've got to throw that 11 out, because they did it at auction. This is not an item that's good for an auction.
No.
Because there's always, a handful of them on eBay, so no one's going to want to fight over these. So that 11 does not play into your figuring out your price at all. That just goes away. Bye-bye.
Right.
But as you can see, $30, that's kind of the norm.
Yeah. So Mom's listed hers for $27.99 with best offer. I mean, I probably could have gone $29.99. I could bump it a couple of dollars probably, but I ended up with a $27.99 best offer situation.
Yeah, see, someone's got it for 18, someone's got it for 35, for 40. Now, this is where your terms of service will come in handy. Do you offer returns?
Yes.
Do you offer free returns? Do you offer shipping? Do you ship worldwide? Because you can look at just the prices, but if every other seller is only selling domestically and you're the only one selling internationally, you could command a little bit more money, because the only person to be seen by the international customers would be you.
Right. So yeah, you have to take that all into consideration, everyone, because that does make a huge difference. A lot of people don't. I was just looking at something I was going to buy the other day, Jason. They did not offer any returns. I said, okay, bye. I just moved on.
Yeah, some people do make their shipping higher and the can lower, but most shoppers will look at the whole price. Most will. Some won't, but most will. So that's something you can play around with too, to see what works best for you.
All right.
All right. So the last thing that Mom has is a vintage Hilo Hattie men's shirt. Now let's start broad.
Okay.
960 things that say vintage Hilo Hattie.
All right. I'll let you do that before I show, what I want to show. Okay.
Actually, let's go to all. Excuse me. 2,160 things. All. Yeah, I'd already drilled down by accident. So mom has a men's button-down shirt. So I see that one of the top things, eBay saying, hey, what you got? So I'm going to click on men's casual button-down shirt, and it drills it down to about half, 963. So go ahead, Ma.
Okay. So the important thing on this particular Hilo Hattie is the label. Okay. Now, what I had to do, and I've done it many times, so I'm familiar with that. But if you go to Hilo Hattie vintage labels to find out more about that particular label, this particular label is from the 1970s. So that's important to put in my title and my value, because the older the shirt, the more money it should command. So you definitely want to, and you can do this with other labels as well. Not everyone has the vintage labels. Sometimes some of my research, I have not been able to find everyone I want to find, but a good majority will be there. Lily Pulitzer is another one. So, don't look for your label, because that's going to help you out, with telling you what years that label came out. So that will help in your pricing on the shirt. So this is a vintage 1970s Hilo Hattie men's shirt, that I priced, and the prices, again, I narrowed them down as much as I could, but they went anywhere from $19 to $60. But a lot of them didn't have the 1970s. So with that, I'm jumping mine up a little bit to around $34.95.
Now, only one person in Solds had vintage and 1970, and they are sold for $23. So yeah. You're kind of in that right now. If we get rid of the 1970 part, because not everyone's going to know how to get to there.
Right.
Now we're looking at 184 sold in vintage Hilo Hattie shirts. And again, look, one bid. That's not a good shirt for auction. Ignore that. But look, 27, a little bit less than 26, a little less than 30, 23, a little less than 21, 18, 15, 13, way too low. See, again, 4 bids, 649. Ignore that one.
Yep.
But I can see that we're in the mid-20s on the norm. Now, there's always going to be one awesome one that sold for 50. There's always going to be that person who listed that auction for 99 cents and it sells for $3. But and what Mom has is nice, but it's not spectacular.
Exactly. I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah. So look at this. $25 is going to be about your norm. So you got to set your item higher, because you're using best offer. You run sales. Right. And so that's what Mom did. So $35, shooting for around the 25 to 28 range.
Exactly. So, I always give myself room for the best offer, because that's a lot of it is the way that my items sell. So, I always want to start out just a little bit higher. So, all
right. So you can find the actual sale price if you use Terapeak. So if you don't have Terapeak, you can't. But Terapeak will actually show you the sold price. All right. So let's give that a quick whirl here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to copy their title. So they took an offer from their $89 price. Probably should just keep a Terapeak open. Come on, where's my Terapeak screen? There we go. Okay, there it is, $40. Boom, there's your bonus tip right there. But you got to have Terapeak. But you copy that title of whatever the best offer accepted was, and it'll tell you the exact price. $40.
Yeah. So I'm in the ballpark with my $34.95.
$40. Yep. Exactly.
And don't forget, everyone, that will go for like your Tommy Bahama labels when you're not sure, what year those particular labels come out. Tommy Bahama is pretty explicit on all of their different labels. So, don't just do your research on labels. And, and of course, clothing is always one of the easiest things to ship. So, why not start there if you're a beginner?
You are welcome. All right. So I sold some Converse All Stars, did 2 different pair. On one on eBay and one on Mercari. Okay, so if we just go generic, 27,347. That's actives. Okay. And then we go to solds. And we got over 7,000. Now, both pairs of mine, and they were different ones, We're a DC Justice League, which is Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, that kind of thing. Did I spell something wrong? Okay, so here are the different shoes. So it's this one, which is the animated shoe, and then this one, which is pictures from the actual movie. So that's actually my listing. So you can see you go from 7,000 sold to 10. So you can drill it down and make sure if you have this one, don't compare it to this one unless no one else has this one. Then you got to start someplace, but make sure you're comparing very much apples to apples.
Correct.
And once you start broad and drill down, it's got to be Granny Smith to Granny Smith. You can't be like Red Delicious to Granny Smith.
That's right.
Granny Smith to Granny Smith.
Yeah, huge difference. Huge.
What's the best way to look up labels? I'm assuming you mean on clothes. There is a guide in the file section of the thrifting board. So go to the file section and look up a vintage label guide, and it'll be right there for you.
Yep. I mean, and also too, what I just did was I put in Hilo Hattie vintage label. You know, so
there's the one pair on eBay, and then there's the other pair on Mercari. Now, bought both those pairs at a Buffalo Exchange for $25 each, and turned them both. I took a best offer on eBay for $65, but as you can see, the going rate for both those is in the mid 60s. All right,
nice.
We're gonna finish up with two more live examples. Okay. Sometimes you have a product that there is none. And so then you just have to guess based on some other factors. Now, I got this watch. It says Sydney Mobile San Francisco on it. Okay. So I do some research. That guy is like the jeweler to the sports guys, but the original dude's from like the 70s and 80s. He's 94 today. And so when I open this watch, I didn't even notice that part. It's a Super Bowl 23 49ers watch. Okay. Now, I can find probably Super Bowl 23 49ers watches, but when I look on the back, it's going to be tricky. It does say Edward D. Bartolo Jr. That's the owner. This is the owner's Super Bowl watch, the owner of the 49ers. So guess what? Guess what? There will be 0 comps anywhere. Now, this is something that I might run at auction, because talk about a rare find. If you're a 49ers fan and you would like to own a piece of history from the actual owner of the 49ers, that's a good thing to put at auction. But I will have no comps, 0 comps to base it off of. So that's where you got to be like, okay, I'm just going to wing it. So pick a crazy price, but have best offer, and then see what comes in. But it might be fun. It might be fun to run an auction on this one because it's crazy.
Yeah, that one could really bring you some money.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. What album is this, Mom?
Is it? I can't make it out. I got such a glare there.
You can see the important part.
Yeah, it's the triangle. It's I forget which one that is. Isn't that a Christmas CD? No.
Not even close.
No. It's one of your groups.
One of my groups before my time. One of the biggest selling albums of all time.
I don't know.
Oh, Mom. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, yes. I knew it was. Yes, I know that. I've seen that so many times.
Come on. All right. So if we go search Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon CD, there is 704 actives. But when it comes to music, there are multiple versions of almost everything. CD-wise, cassette-wise, and definitely vinyl-wise. So this is where you can't ever be general. You cannot be general. You have to be very specific. If we look at solds, 947 solds. All right, so if we go to Terapeak and look up, let's back it up here. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon CD. The average is $18, ranging from 10 cents to $650. Okay, there's 4,793 solds. However, What this version is a special version. It's a super audio CD, SACD, meaning it's for a super audio player. So when we do our research, we need to put that in. So we go from 947 solds to 206. And then we start to look at the super audio, 30, 59, 35, less than 39, 30, 30, 17, 50, 38. But now we're also looking at new and used. As you can see, 30 is right about the middle price. And if we throw in, oh, there we go. If we throw in super audio CD right here in our Terapeak, look at that average, 37 bucks. So that's our, the average that we see currently on eBay is also the average for the last year. So there, your sweet spot. Now, again, if you have better terms of service, if you have a brand new one, it's going to be a little bit higher. But this is just a used one. And so 35 is kind of right in our middle spot. See, 10 cents, who priced that low? That was someone trying it at auction and no one paid attention to their auction and they sold it for 10 cents. That's why you got to kind of ignore those.
Right, for sure. And one thing I don't think we've mentioned, do not spend hours and hours and hours on researching one item. I've seen people say that. I mean, look how many we've done within a half an hour here. You got to get it and move on.
All right, so this is a lounge singer in Vegas. His stage name is Cook E. Jar with 2 R's. And this is the last little bit of advice I want to impart on you. Cook E. Jar. Hey, eBay's immediately going to try and make a cookie jar. Immediately. So you have to recognize that and see they're showing you a cookie, tikis, cookie candles. Okay, now someone does have cookie jar, but they misspelled it. It's 2 R's. So what you want to do is make sure you click back on this so it keeps your exact thing in there. And then you can see if anyone's had any cookie jar CDs. So we'll go to solds and none. But it shows me, but make sure if it tries to switch your spelling and you are spelling it correctly for the product you have, make sure you back it up and let it know. Okay, and then last, before we move on, Anne said, hey, I'm having problems finding this plush because this one's tall. The rest I see are all Thai Beanie Babies. And so here's the 2 pictures. So it's made by Namco. So she said, hey, it's from the Backyardigans. The name of that guy is Austin, and it's on Nick Jr. That's what Ann was searching. So when we search Backyardigans, Austin, Nick Jr., 2 things show up on actives and sold. We got 8 things, but none of them are what we need. So the first thing I did was I'm going to back out Nick Jr., that's Nickelodeon Jr., because I'm guessing not everyone's going to stick that in there. Okay. I got to turn that stupid thing off. And then I'll put in plush. Now there's 43 sold results. Now when I look through them, the ones, they're all the small ones. They're all the 9-inch. Ann's is about 19 inches tall. So I move to Terapeak and I see the same thing. But guess what? I have WorthPoint. Now WorthPoint's usually collectibles, but look what this. I found them in WorthPoint. Mm-hmm. This person thinks it's 21 inches tall. This person thinks it's 17 inches tall, and this person thought it was 18 inches tall. It depends on how much you stretch the ear up. So that is all the same size, but as you can see, 10, 15, and 20 over a span of 8 years, 2011 to 2019. The most recent being 2019. Since there's been no sold of that size, I would shoot for a little bit higher, but we can see there's somewhat of an average. It's the under 20 price. It's really what it is. But since no one's had one, and essentially maybe for 2 years, I put it up there for like 30 bucks, and we'll see. Best offer. But this is where, you got to have all your tools.
Right.
Anne couldn't find it in the normal places, and I looked too, and so she was right. Wasn't on eBay current or sold. Wasn't on Terapeak, but I found 3 of them on WorthPoint.
Very cool. Very helpful too.
Yep. Oh, crud. And then we had one, let me take that off for a second. We had one last person ask for help on something, and this is where I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole. All right. That was Cheryl. I don't know if Cheryl's watching right now. So Cheryl found this sweatshirt. It's Nautica. It's a brand I like. There's a Nautica sweatshirt sitting behind me. And she was down the rabbit hole and what we call analysis paralysis. Too much research. So she said, all right, so here's this sweatshirt, and there's the back, and there's no tag where there should be a tag. See, there's no tag. There's not even a mark, like they cut it out. But she did find the what it's made of tag in the care instructions. So I compared it to other Nautica sweatshirts, one I own that's sitting right behind me. At first, I thought maybe it's not legit. And then I thought, I think it is. I think the tags just didn't get put on or got cut.
Cheryl is watching, by the way.
Oh, hello. But it's made in China. It's a very modern sweatshirt. So what you do at this point, and she said no size. So what you do at this point, you do some measurements and look at the size chart from Nautica. And then you just go to eBay and you look at other Nautica sweatshirts. Because she was, I can't find this exact one. And I get why you want to do that, specifically if you have collectibles. But if you've got a mass-produced item like Nautica sweatshirts, I just start looking at the average sold price. So let's say her measurements work out to be a large. Okay, so we're going to have these expensive ones. They're probably brand new, $9, less than 19, less than 13, 15, 40, 30. So hers has the Nautica and some shields. So what I'm going to do at this point, since we can't find that exact one, I'm going to look at ones that have, see, this just has the little tiny logo. I'm going to ignore those. I'm going to look for ones that have more like this, the logo on it. So 11, 15, 3, but that was at auction, so we're going to ignore that. Let me tell you, a Nautica sweatshirt is not a good auction item. There's just a lot of them. Less than 25. So I'm going to say, based on things I know, and this one's a little fancier, and this one's way fancier. I'm going to say, here's a good example. I'm going to say it's like a $15 sweatshirt. I would put it up for like $25 with best offer, but that's going to be about the extent of it. Now, the fact that we can't find one, maybe we bump it up $5 to $8, because if someone really wants those 3 shields, hers is going to be the only one up there. We could try Google image search, but I don't think it might bring back that exact sweatshirt. But that's another day for another story. But this is something that is not rare, even though you can't find the exact one. This is rare. The Nautica sweatshirt is not rare. You'd be happy to get $20 for it. All right. So there is some tips on research, how to make sure you're in the ballpark. But truly, as you saw, as we worked through these things, there was always that sweet spot. The prices weren't really all over the map. I've only ever seen it all over the map, legitimately 2 items ever.
That's quite a bit for you.
Now, I will throw this out to anybody. If you get that item and you think it truly is all over the map, in solds, don't show me actives. People can ask $1 million. Don't show actives. Send it to me. I will be happy to help show you where that sweet spot is.
Yep.
Okay, so Cheryl did a Google lens search and nothing. Yeah. Cheryl, priced at $30, best offer. Be happy with 20, but more likely you'll probably get 15 to 18. All right.
Okay. Anybody's got any questions? You feel better about that?
Yes, I hope so. And feel free. Always feel free to ask questions.
And again, as we said, don't spend too much time, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Upcoming shows. DeAndrea, I never asked her how to pronounce her name, is our next store review for the Secret Beach. That's tomorrow, Monday night, 8 o'clock East Coast, 5 o'clock West Coast. She has very little in her store right now, but she was game for it. So I thought this will be different. Mm-hmm. When I checked today, she only had 15 items, but she's listing today. So I'll be adding some new stuff tomorrow. But this way, kind of nice, she's getting ready to really ramp up her business. And so if she's got any bad habits, I'm going to stop her tomorrow night. I'm going to stop her bad habits. So Secret Beachcombers, tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And then this week on Thrifty Business, is my friend Greta. She happened to buy an old building. I don't know if it was accidental or what, so we're going to hear that story. But she's got such a blank slate. They're going to redo all the walls, and I'm guessing some wiring. to make her eBay business. And look at the view. Look at the windows, the view of it looks like small town Main Street. So it should be interesting story, because I bought an entire house to move my business into. And that's one of the ways. The first thing you need to do is get help. There's my help today. Hi, Mac. So get help. That's the first thing to take your business to the next level. And then there's some point where you might have to move out of your house and to expand even more. So that's the kind of things we're going to be talking about Thursday night. And those of you in the Secret Beach flipping vinyl will be added to the beach in the next week. And then I'm going to give you a week or so to watch it because obviously it's already done. I did it last year. And then we're going to have one of our cocktail parties. And this time we're going to do questions. So you're going to be able to watch this. I'll give you a week or so to watch it. Write all your questions down, and we'll have cocktails together, and I'll answer all your questions.
Oh, I like that, Jace. Good idea.
So there you go.
By the way, Deandra is in the chat, and that's she did it phonetically for us.
Deandra. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right. Yay. Good to see people in the chat.
Yes, nice chat today.
All right. Each week we do cute and or funny and or embarrassing photos of us in our youth. And we'll start with That's My Mama.
All right, everybody. Here's it makes mom laugh to look back on this one. This was, I was 17, 18 years old, I think, at the time. We had a local talent show on TV every Sunday called Giant Tiger, with a gentleman by the name of Gene Carroll. And you came on and did your talent. And my talent was pantomime. Today they call it lip sync. I don't know why it changed, but it did. Which was taught to me by my mom. My mom and her sister and brother used to put on shows and shows and shows. And I've done the same thing as I've gotten older. And this was a routine that I did to a record called A Good Man Is Hard to Find by Cass Daly. It is a great record. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but the lyrics are fantastic, and you can really have a lot of fun with this one. So I appeared on the show. I do have another picture that I'll probably show you guys next week because I won a couple of times. And the huge prizes were, pots and pans or a blender or whatever. It was nothing huge. But I came back 2 or 3 times and performed. And apparently there was a photographer, there on the set that took these pictures. And the one I'm going to show you next week, Jason, even shows the old TV camera, taking my watching me do my thing.
How old were you in this picture?
17, 18.
You look like a middle-aged housewife from New Jersey.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be with the way the song
I know.
is.
I mean, it's amazing.
So that was fun. I was back in my youth, and we still pantomime from time to time when we come up with fun things to do.
All right, so now it's time for Mama's Boy. And since my mom pulled out the jersey, I found a picture.
Oh, you did? Look at that.
I only played one season. It's my one only good in-action photo. That's me, number 75.
Yeah, got it. I got your.
I only played one season.
Right,
it was sophomore year, so I played mainly JV. This was a varsity game, though. But I was always a big guy, and playing JV, I was defensive end, and the tight ends across from me were usually about 5'6" and 140 pounds. I was already 6'5" and like 2 1/4. So they would always poop their pants when we'd line up, and I would just crush them and go after the quarterback.
Too bad you couldn't have played more, but hey,
Yeah.
The rough sport.
Okay, so I never prepped your salts. So now's a good time to share your story while I prep real quick.
Oh, all right.
I just realized, I'm like, oh crap, I don't have the salt.
See,
all right,
he's over 50, everybody. It's just starting to come, the forgetfulness.
Yeah. All right, so Mom's been teasing this estate sale story for 2 or 3 weeks. Yes. So go ahead, Mom, and I'll prep.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so about 3 weeks ago, I've got my list of some estate sales that we want to go to. And so out we go. And as we're getting closer, real close to the estate sale site, there's no signs. Don't you hate that when you get close and you go, oh, brother, did I blow it? Do I have the wrong date, which I've done?
We've all done that.
Maybe you have too. And we're getting there. I said, oh, okay. And we see the house, and there's nobody else there. We're there. It's supposed to start at 10. We get there about 9:15, maybe 10 of. And so I told Dad, stay in the car. Let me go check and see if we've got the right place. So I go up to the house, and I can kind of see in the windows, and it kind of looks like things are set up. So I go to the front door, and I ring the bell, And I wait and wait and wait. Nobody comes. And I ring the bell again. And I wait and wait and wait and wait. Nobody comes. And then I start to walk away. And just as I'm starting to walk away, the door opens. And there's a woman. And she says, oh, I just woke up. Now, mind you, she's having an estate sale, guys, at 10 o'clock. I just woke up, and she's got the cigarette in her mouth and the bare feet and the huge dog. I mean, huge dog. You know, the tail will knock you over. And with the way Dad walks these days, you know, we just said, you know, can you put the dog away? Because if that dog knocks Dad over, he'll go down. That's for darn sure. So she did. So we start going through the estate sale. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has a price on it, which I absolutely abhor. I'm sure you guys do too. So there was no prices anywhere. So we start looking, and Dad gets to the game section and finds some games and things. So we take things over to her, and we have to ask the price. And she said, well, I don't know. You know, I said, oh, brother. You know, give me a price. You know, so of course we're lowballing because we don't want to pay a whole lot. And then she started to get a little mad. I said, okay. Well, then why did you have your stuff marked? So we're still looking around and coming back. And so I said to her, I said, is your house sold? And she said, I don't want to talk about it. I said, oh, okay, fine. All right. So I missed that. And then I heard Dad say to her, where are you moving? She says, I am not going to be talking about this. I said, oh, we got to get the hell out of here. This one. I mean, she didn't know what she was doing. She, you know, and she even said that. She said, yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. She had the stuff set up pretty well, you know, throughout the house, but it was just a nightmare because, you know, trying to get a price out of her. And then, of course, then finally she did say a couple of prices, and then we made a lower offer, and then she got mad at us for that, you know. So it was awful, just awful, you guys, just a nightmare. So a week ago, we received the address for an estate sale, and I said to Dad, I said, I think it's the same woman. Do we want to go? He said, all right, let's go. We have nothing else to do. So back we go, and there's one car ahead of us, and I see the lady, and the signs aren't out again. There's no signs anywhere, everybody. And I see the lady coming back from the front door down the driveway. And so I roll my window down, and I said, is the estate sale going on?
Remember us?
Yeah, remember. She says, no, the lady came to the door and said it's canceled. So that poor woman, she doesn't have her act together. And, you know, if you're going to do something like that, don't do it if you can't do it, or get some help. I mean, she was there alone. And, you know, we even tried to help her a little bit. Said, you know, when you do these, I said, I've done many sales. I said, you know, it's best to try and price things. And she said, well, I just didn't have time. I mean, she was not a happy camper. And apparently if she was going through a divorce or whatever she was going through, she was not happy, just not a happy lady. So that was probably one of the roughest ones I've ever gone through. Yeah, it was pretty tough because she just wasn't happy, no matter what you asked her or told her, or, you know. And the bare feet. I mean, guys, it's winter here. She's walking around in her bare feet. Luckily, she put the cigarette out. So thank God for that. Crazy.
All right, I'm ready. Sorry for the delay.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, this is the shag pendant, guys. This is my last one. And being my last one, I sold all the other ones for around $35-40. I said, I'm going to put a high price on this one, see what happens. Well, don't you know, I sold it for the full price of the $59.99, and I had paid $10 for all these pendants. You know, Jason, I did do a quick research on shag pendants just to see what they were selling for. Definitely some very good money. So, you know, I said, oh, let me throw that $60 on there and see what happens, and away it went.
Cool.
So, yeah, so, you know, got to do those kind of things.
So did you end up buying anything, Tracy wants to know?
We did buy a few things.
Okay.
In fact, a couple of them are in the hall today, I think. Yes.
All right.
Okay. All right. This was a vintage Hilo Hattie dress, you guys. It's just a plain muumuu. I mean, there's nothing really special about this, and I paid $3 for, and I took a best offer of $25. So again, there's my room, because I figured it was around between a $20 and a $25 item, because muumuus do not, you know, bring that much in value. And you can see there's the label there. Then that was an 80s label, and the one I showed you before was the 70s label, so there is the difference. Okay, these are the vintage Disney tumblers that I paid $1.25. They were 25 cents each, so I paid $1.25, and I did sell those for best offer of $35. They went pretty quick, actually, Jason. Had them on the shelves forever, you guys. I mean, forever, until I finally did my inventory. Woo-hoo.
All right, this is where you need to do your item specifics better.
Okay.
Because you got Mickey in the title, but then you got Minnie, Goofy, Donald, and Daisy. Those all should be here in item specifics. Okay. That way, if someone's looking for a Daisy Duck item,
Yeah.
Yours will
Gotcha.
show up.
Yeah. So in other words, just even though I had just those few, add the others.
Yep. But
Gotcha.
you got to do an item specific, so it shows up in search.
Right. Okay. This one.
What? A record? Shut up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge sale, but there's a little story behind this one. I had gotten an offer on it originally for $7, and I could not find it. And I looked before. Thank God I didn't accept, but I even told Dad, I said, I know we've got it, I just can't find it. And I did. I mean, one of those guys, almost an hour search, and I could not come up with it.
For a $7 item.
For a $7 item,
That's what always stinks.
Yeah, it does. So I wrote the lady back. I just said, I'm so sorry. I said, but I cannot locate this item. Well, when I did my inventory, guess what I found?
Amazing. Doesn't that amazing?
And so I wrote the lady back, and she said, oh, wonderful. And she made me her $7 offer, and I only paid a quarter for it, and I sold it for $7. But see what happens when you do your inventory? That's my story. Oh Lord.
Does any Hilo Hattie bring good money? Oh yeah. I mean, it all brings decent money, but the mugs are used to be free when you spend $50. So those are not something you want to look for. It's the clothing. The better the pattern where there's words you can pull out, keywords is good, and vintage always does well. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, be careful with those because Hilo doesn't bring as much money as some of our other ones. These were a couple of posters I picked up at a garage sale, 2003 Miller High Life posters that I paid quarter each, so 50 cents for, guys. And I did take the, and they sold right for $19.95. I'm sure you probably want them for Super Bowl. You know, I had a couple of other Super Bowl things that I had bumped up in my listings. You know, I ended the item and sell similar, but they didn't move. I was hoping I would sell a couple other things, but not this year. But those posters went. I thought they was cute. Weren't they cute?
Yep.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah, Matthews. Yeah. I don't even list the Hilo mugs anymore. Okay, guys, this was another item from my Disney haul that we did here a few weeks ago when we stopped at that estate sale. And this is the Mickey Mouse punching bag that I roughed out. Figure my cost on that one was $10, everybody. And I did sell them for the full price of $49.99.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're doing good on those. We spent $130, Jason. I think we're up to $240 so far in gross sales. So they're coming. They're coming little by little. Okay, now did you see this? I had the lady wanted to buy those 3, and then she wanted to buy the 1 box of the golds, and so I said, yeah, we can work a deal. So I actually sold those 3 and the 1 to the same person. And if you guys remember, I paid 56 cents per box, so it came out to $2.24. And I sold the 4 boxes for $29 altogether, plus shipping. You know, everybody, that I charge shipping on everything. Woo, look! Woohoo!
I gotta tell you too, I would have never picked up these cassettes. Holy crap!
Well, they were in the box.
I know.
Yeah. Nothing earth-shattering, but
no.
There's 36 cassettes in that box, you guys. I paid $2 for the entire thing and sold it for the $39.99.
That's crazy.
I know.
I would pick up the case for sure, but not these cassettes.
I know.
Oh.
Well, somebody wanted them.
Lawrence Welk favorites on cassette is not what people are typically hunting for.
I know, honey. Isn't that
Best
crazy?
of Glenn Miller on cassette is not a hot commodity.
No, I would not think so either.
Yeah, the case
now I probably blew this to an item specifics. I should have probably listed more. Just have a question. When you go down to item specifics and to add, so like say I want to add an artist. Do you put all the artist names in then, or do you have to do each one separately?
I do them separate because when people read them too. So I would do like the header would be artist number 1, and then the answer would be Lawrence Welk, and then the next custom one, artist number 2, and it would be Glenn Miller.
Oh, okay. See, there's a good tip because Mom did not know that, and I kept saying, I keep forgetting to ask you how to do that. So artist 1, 2. Okay, I got it. That's good. Now I know. Moving forward. Okay, another item from the Mickey Mouse sale was the Mickey Mouse lunchbox, guys. And you can see this one still had the original stickers on it, and the thermos that it had in there was with Minnie, not Mickey. And I think that made it a little more desirable, Jason, because, and I'm not sure if that was the original thermos that came with it, but that's what was inside of it. So that I can't answer. A lot of them come with just Mickey, but this one came with Minnie. And so let's see, I ended up paying for that one $7, and I took a best offer of $65.
Nice job.
Thanks. Okay, this was a good sale.
Are you ready, Roy?
Yeah, I know. I mean, Gabby's one of our favorites. But this happened to be a signed picture by Gabby. And this was something that I just had in my personal collection for a long, long time. And we did end up taking a best offer of $99. So that was a good sale. You ready, Roy?
Okay, so we've given this tip quite a bit. Here's the deal. When someone searches on eBay, eBay reads your title and your item specifics. Whatever's in your description does not get read. So keep that in mind. The important words either need to be in the title or the item specifics, because other than that, they won't get found. You do need a description a little bit, but if you got some important words that you cannot get in your title, get them in your item specifics.
Yeah, I really like that tip, Jason, because I kept saying, how do I get all of those names in there when the, like with the Disney characters? So item 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this I've been selling my Native American Indian stuff right along, everyone. So my tip to you guys is, when you do see Native American Indian items at your sales, make sure they're not too expensive. I have been selling them very, very well. This here is by Neil Rose. It's a shadow box. That was in Mom's personal collection, and I did take a best offer of $95. So you can see that you can get some really good money on your items. And my last item is also an Indian item. So, be on the lookout, for them, but don't have to pay a big amount of money. And it's nice to kind of have a little history on some of the items, because some things sell really well and some things are not so good. So, you want to watch that. Do you have the last item, Jason, or no, honey?
Well, yeah, but everyone's busting you. Why do you have quotes in your title?
I don't know. Where?
Right here. Gabby. Hey. Yeah, Gabby.
Oh, Gabby? I have no idea. Oh. I don't know. Well, because they call him Gabby, but normally I wouldn't do that. I don't know, Jason. It must have been just I don't know.
So quotes, parentheses, dashes. None of those are good. Get those out.
I know they shouldn't have been there, so I don't know why.
And Susan says, what if they click on the description search box too? Yes, that would work, Susan. No one does that. You may, but no one does that.
Yeah, no, the quotes should not have been there.
Especially when you're searching on mobile, no one does that. So that's why you want to make all your important words title and item specifics.
Right.
Yeah, that was busted by the chat. Quote.
Yeah.
Get those quotes.
Yeah, no, my bad. They shouldn't be there, and I have no idea.
You should make it graphic. Even when you guys get me on things like you caught my misspelling of my Celine Dion on Thursday. Boom! We should have a graphic. Busted by the chat.
My last item is a Native American Indian hand painted gourd. Beautiful pictures on there, and got some original horsehair and beads and all that kind of stuff. So that was, again, from my own personal collection. We took a best offer of $75 on that hand-painted gourd. So like I said, guys, as you have seen from week to week, I've been selling a number of my Indian items, and good money to be made if you can find them reasonable enough. Okay? All right.
Chat busters. I like that.
That's cute. I like it.
Yeah, yes, the quotes. No, Mom did sell it, but yes, quotes in parentheses. They will tell search engines to stop searching. It's like a stopping point. So that's why you don't want those. Yes, thumbs up for Super Thrifter Sunday. Before her haul and we jump out of here to go watch the big game, Yay Sports. Give us a big old thumbs up right down there. And if you've not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, click that bell. Bell lets you know when we are going live. All right, what'd you find this week, Mama?
All right, well, this is a kind of a combination of 2 weeks because, we were gone last week. This is a lily, a vintage lily. That's an early label, and it's a really cute jumper, you guys. A sleeveless dress, jumper, whatever you want to call it. It's got umbrellas on it, and it's at the beach and so forth. And I did pay $3 for this, so I will probably list this lily for around $25-30, everybody. Oh, am I supposed to tell sizes in case anybody's looking? This is a 14, okay? All right, so there's that. Then we actually found a couple of men's Hawaiian shirts. Now, this particular label, Jason, Mom did not know, but as I researched it, I said, oh, this is pretty popular.
By the way, your feed is back to your old feed.
What do you mean? My all blurry?
Kind of ghosty and jerky.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And you're frozen from time to time. So go a little bit slower when you hold that label.
All right, okay. Now, do you know this guy? Richard Douglas?
Richard Douglas. I don't think so.
My mom did not. And when I looked, pulled them up for research, there's a ton of this man. They're made in Hawaii, in Honolulu. So maybe he's well known there. I don't know. This is a pretty nice shirt. It's got kind of like the Tapper print on it. And I liked it a lot because it only cost me $2.
Seashells, I like seashells, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got the seashells, and the size is a large. They're marking it large. Could be a vintage large, Jason. It looks more like a medium to mom. And it does have the coconut buttons, everybody. So that's always something you want to put in your title as well as coconut buttons if you're running out of words and can't come up with something. This is by Evergreen Island, made in Hawaii. Another, probably small mom and pop deal. Jace, this is an extra large, but I liked it for the print. Okay, as you can see, the color.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice and bright.
Yeah, we got the hibiscuses. We've got parrots. I could use parrot head in my title if I wanted. Because of that, did I show you the label? I don't think I did. Here's the label. Whoop.
Evergreen Island.
Have you ever seen that, Jason? Because mom has not. You've even got diamond head in there, you guys. So there's lots of keywords, to use in this particular one. Okay.
Can you show us the coconut buttons?
I sure can.
So hold it steady for a few seconds.
I sure will.
Because guess what? Your internet is back and has infected your phone.
Oops, wait a minute. They're right. Wait a minute. How's that? Can you see that? Can you see them?
All right, hold it steady. We'll come closer.
Okay.
All right. So typically they'll be rough. Not always. Sometimes they do smooth them out.
Right.
But if they're rough, you'll know right away. If they're smooth, you got to check. Is it wood or is it plastic made to look like wood?
Right.
But more often than not, they are coconut.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then in the women's section, I happened to find this, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Joe Kialuhas.
Aloha.
Yeah. You know that one?
Yep. All the steady.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And this is a 2XL that mom got. It was a green tag day, so I got it for $2.
Nice.
And it's quite a pretty print. This is like got surfers all over it, Jace. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Joe K. Aloha was ended up bought out by Rain Spooner.
Oh, that's why the tag looks similar.
So bonus keywords.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So yeah. So and this one, guys, being a larger side, I'll probably list this for around 35 or so, and then go for best offer. I happen to hit the women's larger section. This is new a tag originally from Steinmarch. This is a woman's top in a size 2X. It's got a really cute beachy print here. It's got ices and sailboats and beach umbrellas and palm trees. And it's just a button-down blouse.
Nice.
But yeah, what did I pay for this? Oh, I paid $1.50. So that, for $1.50, I probably listed for around $22. And I picked it up because of the larger sizes as well, everybody. And in this one, this is by Papagallo Casuals. This is also a 2X. Again, just a nice bright summer print. I'm thinking warm weather. And this one probably I'll list for around $20, you guys. Nothing earth-shattering. Okay. All right. Look at this, Jason. Isn't this cute?
I like that hat.
Isn't that adorable? Now, this particular hat, guys, you see the pattern of the ribbon going around it is the Tapper print that we have talked about many times.
That's actual Tapper cloth.
Yes. So here's the bow in the back. I don't know. I might have to keep it, Jason, and wear it to Hawaii. But it's really cute. And I only paid $1 for it, you guys, at the estate sale. Sometimes they don't know what they got. And if I was to sell this, I'd probably put this around $25. But isn't that cute? Mom really like that one. Okay. Then at the same sale, they had this Hawaiian mug, cup. This one's really a cup. Okay. And this is on the back side. But this one, Jason, was marked on the bottom. We've got Kava Cup from Andre Limited.
Yeah. We're probably not going to be able to see.
Not going to see that.
Yeah.
So that's what made Mom say, oh, I don't think I've ever seen them made by Andre. Because Andre also makes clothing.
Mm-hmm.
We've had that label before. And so I thought, well, maybe Dad might want to drink out of it. I doubt it. But, it was only 50 cents. If I was to sell it, I don't know, maybe $10, $12 on that. Then, here they are. I picked these up. These are quite lovely. These are shell earrings, everybody. Aren't these pretty? Made out of kind of like a mother of pearl shell almost, Jason.
Very nice.
I bought these for $2 for the pair, and I probably would list these for around $20. Okay, on that. All right. Yesterday, Dad and I went down to Hartville. The flea market, of course, is not going, but I always like to pop into their hardware store down there. I said, let's go see what's left over in the Christmas section. Well, here's if I said Kurt S. Adler, I would hope some of you might know that name. He makes a lot of Christmas ornaments and a lot of Christmas lights. And these are Christmas lights here. This is a 6-foot garland with LED multicolor lights. They were 75% off, you guys. Okay. So it brought them, they are on Amazon and they are on Etsy selling at $55 a box. These ended up costing us like $9 a box. No, there's a little more than that. $12 a box. Yeah, it was $12 a box. So I bought 4 boxes. Here we are at a retail store. Don't forget, you can find goodies at retail stores as well, everybody. So, and I'm going to put them up now. I'm not going to wait till closer to the holidays because, as we all know, Christmas sells year round. So I will start listing these now, guys. I think they had theirs at $55 and free shipping, Jace. So I'm probably going to do $40 and then add my shipping, on top of that. So that's those. Okay?
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple of puzzles here. One is all about dogs, and it's a 1,000-piece puzzle, sealed. That we paid $1 for, and I'll probably list this one around $22. Okay. And the other puzzle, this is a pretty cool one. Dad paid 25 cents for this. And this is a 2,000-piece puzzle by FX Schmid. Schmid's one of those better names, everybody, yep. That you can get for it. And then this one I'll probably list for around $25. So somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. So then, Jason, we walk into our American Cancer Society that we go to a thrift store in Chardon. And I go through all the shelves with all the glassware and everything. And then I go over to the vase section and I find this.
So that's a Tiki Farm mug.
Yes, it is.
Wow, I wasn't sure they made that color. I was about to say maybe it was a ripoff. That's an early Tiki Farm mug.
Yeah, Jason. They are.
Mad Mark or Monster Mark.
Yeah, it's Monster something, I think. When I started.
Monster Mark, M-A-R-Q from Arcasian.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. That's what Mom saw. You are right. And as you can see, everybody, we paid $2 each for these. I'm going to keep one and sell one because I don't have this in my collection, Jake. And they are different sizes a little bit. One's a little bit fatter and one's a little different color. So I was very excited to see those 2 of them in the vase section. So that was really unique.
Yeah, okay. And the Monster Mark came in a variety of colors too. Let's see here. Yeah, Tiki Diablo designed him, so you definitely want to use that as.
Oh yeah.
He's a very famous mug maker and designer and tiki carver.
Okay. All right. And then Dad picked this up. This where we picked up. We bought 3 items from this little retail store down in Hartville yesterday. This is a vintage clarinet.
Yeah, a little licorice stick action.
Yeah. Now, we did pay a little bit of money for this one. We spent $40.
What?
But,
wait, what?
What? Mom spent more than a quarter.
$40.
But on the research, I know. On the research that Dad did, probably we could sell it for around $140.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was a really good pickup. Now, the other, let's see. I'll get to those later. Let me stick with what's close to me here. Okay, at our little, I don't know what Emily, she's not a thrift store. What you call her?
Secondhand store.
Secondhand store, yeah, a secondhand store. Okay, she's got a couple of things in there. Well, here, let me show you this one first. Okay, and I look up and I see her lamp.
Holy crap!
All right, so can you see it's got a teak base?
Yep.
And the rest of this is chalkware, Jason. And then with the lampshade. And I'm looking up there. I told Dad, I think we need this lamp. I said, this is
what happens? We're not going to buy big things anymore.
This
is huge.
Wait, you haven't seen the biggest yet.
Oh, no.
So she had this for $18, which is a heck of a buy. And I'm going to put this up, you guys, for $105. Because that's your, honey, can you take that for me?
So that's the small thing. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's it.
So much for... Here we go.
Then as we're going out the door, I kind of see this other thing hanging there, and I'm going, ooh, I says, maybe we should get that. So, well, we don't. We get in the car, and I told Dad, don't leave yet. Let me quick do some research on this. And I did my research. I said, oh, we got to go back and buy this. So then she had this hanging lamp.
Oh, snap. Now we're talking.
We're talking. Okay. It's big, Jason. It's heavy. This, everybody, is a lucite hanging grape lamp. And it's big. It's about 15 inches in length. Now, the only thing that has been changed on it is the cord. As you can see, they did some, here, I can show it. They did mending here. So normally it would have the chain, Jace, to hang it with. But this is a beauty, you guys. I paid $20 for this, and I'm going to be listing this sucker for about the prices are all over, but I think I'm going to sell it for.
Don't say that.
I know.
You just thought this whole episode.
All right, well, here
and then you end on the prices.
No. But I want to tell you. Because the prices were all over. Here's what I found. For sales, there's 500, there's 300, 489, 175. Then I went to my solds. The solds were 125, 150, 150, 122 on a bid, 115 and 150. So I boiled that down, and I think I'm going to list mine for about 149.
Well, Susan said she saw one yesterday sold for 250.
Yeah, well, then maybe I better go higher because.
So here's the weird thing. You find that, and Susan, why were you looking at these? Did you have one too? I mean, talk about small world.
I know.
That's crazy. And someone said your first lamp, you should go a little higher too.
Okay, all right. I will make that change right now.
Yeah.
Maybe 125.
So weird that, Susan, you were looking at one yesterday. What? How's that even possible?
I know. So that was $20, by the way. Did I say that? It cost us $20 on the grape light. So
Jess said that grape lamp might do better on Etsy.
On Etsy. Okay.
I'll agree with that, Jess.
Yeah, I'll list it there as well. Okay. All right. I got 3 items left, you guys.
Are they bigger yet?
They're big. Yes, they are big.
Hey, remember our goal show? You can ignore all of it.
That's what was for
That was what said. You got to buy what you got to buy. All right, this next thing, your dad bought this next item. And was this from the crazy lady at the estate sale? Yeah, this is from the crazy lady with the bare feet at the estate sale. Okay, this is, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this first name, GAIAM, custom fit balance ball that people use for yoga or, let me see here, guys, now. Can you see this black ideal here?
Oh, yeah.
There we are. You sat on it. Whoops, wait a minute. I'm trying to get that in there.
It's a chair.
It's a chair. So we paid $5 for that. And from what I have done as far as my research, I'm going to list that for $45. Okay. All right. The other thing, the next bigger item.
I know, right, Rick? You just threw me right on the bus.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger. Okay. This was too cute to pass up, and the money was good. But this is a Ninja Turtle table and chairs. Let's see. Can you see that? There's Dad. Okay.
There
we go.
Look at that.
So there's the table, and it's got the 2 little matching chairs.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Right there. So we paid $15 for that, and I think maybe around $50, somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. The piece de resistance. The best one is going to end it for the day. I see this, and it's got a bunch of stuff on it. And let me see if I can get this over here, guys. And it's, it's not in bad shape. And I'm looking, okay, I know these bring good money. So she's got $33 on it. And I asked her if she could do a little less. And she said, yes, she could. And I said, how's $30 sound? She said, fine, we could do that. So how many of you have seen these? Now, let me see how far.
Oh, nice.
Okay. That's one of those serving carts.
Yeah. Bar cart. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them, you guys. Like I said, I paid $30 for that. And doing my research, this little sucker is going to be listed for $159, and I paid $30.
I'm assuming it comes apart. You can break it down to about that tall.
Yeah, and I'm going to put shipping on it as well. I'm going to do both, Jason, because Dad can take this apart real easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ship it out in the same way with the tables and chairs. We can fold those down pretty good. And even that black ball, exercise ball thing. You flatten the ball and the back.
Someone said that ball sells quick on Facebook Marketplace. You might not even have to flatten it.
Okay. Facebook Marketplace. I'll list it. Yeah. Okay. On the ball. Okay. Thank you, guys. So there you are. All those tiny little items I'm selling.
I've seen no cassettes. I've seen no CDs.
I know.
I've seen no little T-shirts.
No.
All I saw was gigantic stuff.
I know. But just like we said before, everybody, you just can't pass
Look,
that
take pictures today while we're watching the game of the big things. Throw up a marketplace before you even get to eBay.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I mean, it's crazy, you guys. It's just crazy because you can't leave it behind. I mean, I just can't walk out the door and know that there's money sitting there, So, yeah. So that's it.
The item will be broken down, not complete. Well, don't use the word complete because it is complete.
Right.
It's going to be rebuilt. So, yes, absolutely. You want to mention it for shipping purposes. And to save you money, the customer, we are going to break it down into a much smaller item.
Yeah. And, like sometimes I'll say item will be shipped folded or item will be shipped unassembled, that kind of thing. I've done that before. So, that's
all right. Before we get out of here, remember the first two bets. Coin toss will be tails, and Chiefs will win the coin toss. So right away, I'm either going to win some money or lose $20 right away.
Well, let's hope you win.
But I'm going to make that post right now. So if you do want to follow along and watch my pain and misery or glee, I will have a post on my personal wall and in the thrifting board. So either place you can hang out and watch us.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hell of a super Sunday.
Yes.
On past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. Thank you all for tuning in. Good to see you this afternoon. Go sports. My money is on. I hate it. First time I've ever had to do this. My money's on Brady.
Yeah.
I'm tired of him being the best of all time. But I think that's my good money. So if you had fun today, give us a big old thumbs up. Click it down below. If you watched on the TV, hi, we're huge. But do us a favor afterwards. The next time you're on your computer, pop back over to the video and give us a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. Subscribe. Now, normally we are on at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is just a special time, so for those of us who want to watch the game, can watch the game. But then we'll be back next week with another episode.
And next Sunday will be Valentine's Day, so we'll have to come up with something special.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, we'll do something Valentine's Day related.
Yes, we will.
Y'all can be our Valentine. Yay.
There you go.
All right. So for someone past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Bye, everybody.
And
go.
No, show Big Daddy.
Oh, and Big Daddy, you want to say bye-bye? Bye-bye.
And we're out here.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday for Thrifty Business.